So it's Mojo in the Morning Show. And is this something that you can do in a relationship? Meaghan has a friend of hers who has a little bit of an issue, and it deals with their significant other and the gym. And what's the story, Meaghan?
So my friend's boyfriend works out with a girl at the gym. So he's super into CrossFit, and my friend's really not interested in CrossFit at all. And her boyfriend got into like this group of friends, which is mostly dude, but it also has one girl in it, and I didn't know, is it weird to make plans to work out with people of the opposite sex? I totally get it. I used to do CrossFit. I know it's sort of individual, but also sort of a group activity. I get that people get common interest and you get like a group of friends, but it just kind of seems weird to be texting a girl plans to meet up, even if it's just to work
This
out.
happened to Kate and Toby on This Is Us.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it's actually.
I fell out of that show after season 1.
No, it actually is going on. Matter of fact, it's happening this season right now. It's actually going on. Yeah, they had it last night.
People thought it was really weird when I had a female trainer, but
well, this is not a trainer. This is a
friend.
This is another person that's working out at the same time. Yeah. How would your wife feel if you were working out with another woman?
She probably wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
But also, doesn't that kind of seem ridiculous because they're just working out? Like, I'm so torn on this because the rational part of my brain was like, nothing's happening, they're working out. But the irrational part of my brain is like, that's still weird to text another girl.
What about after?
Well, let me ask, are they working out at a public gym or at each other's homes?
No, like at a CrossFit gym with a group of people.
It shouldn't be weird, but it is for some reason.
But it is, right?
Do they go out for drinks or something afterwards?
No, but they text like I guess like recipes and stuff. They're all like getting into
keto.
We're
doing our keto thing.
Yeah. So they'll share like, oh, I found this. This is great. So honestly, the conversations apparently like don't stray far from health.
Meaghan,
stuff.
Back in the day, we did a topic on our show that was called, yoga cheating. It was basically a bunch of people that would go to this one yoga place here in town, and the couples would like mess around with each other and stuff. I think CrossFit now is the thing that, people have to look into, because you're doing CrossFit classes, and if your spouse is not in there are, like you said, there are people.
It becomes a little fraternity. You get close.
Yeah.
It's intimate at some points. I mean, whether you like it or not.
And I think that here's where let me tell you my This Is Us thing. I think if you're going on a text thread with your CrossFit class, there's something wrong with that. Like you shouldn't be.
I don't know if that's
true. You don't need to be text threading your people that you work out with in a gym.
If there's a big group of people, it's a little bit different to me than just like a one-on-one.
Well, let me ask you this, because Shannon has a small group that she gets together and talks about the Bible and stuff. How is that any different than a small group?
Why are you laughing over
there?
How is it any different than a small group that gets together and works out a couple times a week? You're together a few times a week.
That's an extreme.
No, it's not at all.
And there's no guys that are in that group. There's no guys in that group.
Okay, Shannon's group doesn't have it.
If there was a guy?
And it'd be weird if there were guys there and you're not wearing as many clothes like the people doing CrossFit. I think if you're at Bible study,
you're all at the same gym with the same purpose and the same interests. And whether or not your spouse is involved, you are. It's the same. It's a group. It's like when I would go out with a bunch of photographers. We're all going out to shoot something. I think that's weird. It's a hobby. I think it's weird you hang out with a bunch of female photographers. Why?
Because I think that listen.
I don't hang out with just one female photographer.
You don't think it's weird?
If it was 12 people and 5 of them are women and 7 of them are men.
Do you ever go one-on-one though?
What has become wrong with this society that we can't hang out with people without immediately assuming they're trying to boink each other?
I think like
nobody assumes anybody's trying to boink anybody.
I'm trying to censor myself because it's ridiculous that you can't hang out with people of the opposite sex anymore.
I think there's definitely something wrong, not with working out with them. There's something wrong when you're afterwards doing things with each other. Like if you're afterwards meeting and going out for protein shakes, or if you're afterwards, texting each other. If the texts go more than talking about your keto diet or what time's the class at tomorrow, there's something wrong with that. And a lot of times it could cause that to happen.
It could lead to other things.
Yeah, it could. That's the next thing that can happen. Hold on, Allie wants to comment. What's up, Allie?
Hey, I was just wanted to say that if they knew each other before the girlfriend, I feel like it should be fine, because if something were to happen between them, it would have already happened. But if not, then I feel like it's kind of weird, just because they're not including other people in it, I guess.
Should
there
you
are more than 2 people in
Should-
that group, right?
But
Should
was
you
the
tell your
invite
spouse?
there? Was the invite there to your friend Meg to join
Yeah,
if
but
she,
she's
if she wanted?
she's not. She's one of those horrible people who's like thin for no reason. Like she eats like a
Don't
garbage.
shame- don't
No.
shame
It's pure
someone.
jealousy. It's 100% jealousy. We all have that one friend that looks good no matter what, and it's like, come on. So she doesn't work out and she doesn't need to, which
Well,
is so annoying.
And it's interesting that you said like the pure jealousy, because I wonder if a good chunk of it is her being jealous that he does have this like thing that doesn't include her.
Yeah.
Like the
Here's
worry
the-
about
yeah.
him hooking up with one of the other girls aside, I wonder if jealousy is also a big piece of it.
I'm sure it is, but at the same time, like she has no problem with the guys that he works out with. She just thinks it's weird that there's a
there's
girl
girls.
in the
Okay.
group as well. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, the worst is that, and this is us, is that Kate is very overweight, and this guy Toby now lost all this weight, and so that's the case. So sometimes you're already feeling a little bit weird when your spouse is starting to get fit and you're not fit. So
Then you got to look within and figure out what do I
Well-
need to do with that. It's bothering me for something.
are you talking
because of
about-
me?
are you
not
talking about the guy and the girl at CrossFit? Look
I'm saying
inside.
A lot of times, jealousy is not a product of what the guy and girl are doing. It's what you're feeling about yourself, and you're projecting it onto your significant other.
Liz, what's up?
Okay, I gotta say this, like, you cannot have a guy and a girl working out, getting comfortable. Chemistry is so real, and now becomes side chicks. Side chicks are so comfortable, and they're so talked about like it's a positive thing in relationship and marriages, and they've overstepped their boundaries. 20 years ago, you didn't hear about them. But my husband was driving a girl to work, got paid to drive her to work. Next thing you know, we have a 2-year-old baby.
Wow, he had a baby with her.
So,
Yeah.
Where were they fooling around when he was driving her to work? Were they fooling around?
In our vehicle.
but listen to the assumption you're making, because your man cheated. No man and woman can ever hang out together, and you're calling every woman a side chick that ever talks to another guy.
If you look at history, it says it itself. Women and men, when they get comfortable, you start to bond. You start to, like you said, they're sharing recipes. Next, it'll be a little laughing emojis. And next thing you know, they'll be hanging out. Watch. I give it.
So
6
you
months
never
to
talk
that.
to men in your life? You never, ever are in a situation where you'll talk to a guy?
I never put myself in a situation where I'm alone with a man for more than 2 minutes.
Why?
5
You don't
minutes.
trust yourself? You think you might start flirting or kissing him as soon as you get together?
I don't know about, right away, but the
It
thing
could
is,
lead to it.
Absolutely. Look at how
Anything
many
could lead to
workplace
it.
rom-
It could lead to it that I sit next to Shannon every morning at work. It could
No.
lead to it that you're sitting somebody.
No, Shannon, by the way, just denied
I
you
know.
fast.
Hypothetical. Every situation can lead to it. It's an individual choice that you have to trust the partner you're with. It's not a blanket statement that males and females cannot be in a room together. It's ridiculous.
Hi, Paige. What's up?
Hi, I was just going to say my mom, she's in CrossFit, and she has a group chat with all her friends, guys and girls, and I think it's pretty cool, honestly. Like, she shows me it. It's literally all strictly workouts. They send each other workouts. They send each other, meal plans, things like that.
Does
just
your dad ever
diet.
get upset by that?
No, he doesn't get upset by it. He honestly has never said anything about it.
I'm honestly more offended and upset about CrossFit in general.
What's up, Tiffany? Hi.
Hi, you guys. Hi, Meaghan. I wanted to comment on what you were thinking about your friend. I have a friend who was dating this guy for at least about 3 years or so. He started working out in the gym, started getting into bodybuilding. While he was at the gym, he met a girl there, and she just wanted to know about his routine. He started training her. A year later, they're married now, and, of course, my friend is out of the picture. So you never know.
Well, of course, you never know. You can come up with a story that it happened for everybody. You could say, I know we shouldn't let females in the military because, well, I know a male and a female soldiers that ended up cheating with each other. Does that mean women shouldn't be allowed in the military, or does it mean anywhere there's always a possibility?
Not. It's just a particular type of person. I mean, not everybody's a cheater, of course.
Right.
But, with certain people, they kind of got wandering eyes or things are kind of questionable, then you kind of worry about, those people having those
I don't think that I don't think you should be allowed or not allowed to work out with other people that you could be attracted to, or to do things with other people to be attracted to. But I think that if you're doing something that you don't necessarily tell your spouse, this is what we do together, or this is where we're doing it together, then that's fishy.
Or look at these text messages. You can see, like, we're CrossFit nerds.
None of those situations happened in what we're talking about.
Or I think meeting outside of whatever the activity is. I think if you're meeting outside of the CrossFit activity because you guys want to go have drinks at night, if you're CrossFit friends, I think that if your spouse is not invited to come with, or spouses are not invited to come with, then there's something that's shady on there. I don't know. CrossFit instructor
you
Greg.
You text your hairstylist all the time, and you've taken her to a concert. Should we assume that you're having sex with her?
Yes.
Well, Chelsea told her to go to the concert.
Yeah, Chelsea wants me to have sex with her. So she doesn't have to have sex with me. But, Greg, what's happening?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, Greg. You're a CrossFit instructor?
Yes, sir. I have been now for almost a year now. I've been doing CrossFit for about 4 years.
Besides, turning tires over, flipping tires over, or, hanging on bands, do people end up cheating doing CrossFit?
I mean, you're going to have conversations. You're going to have assumptions. But have I physically seen anything shady go on? Absolutely not. I think the CrossFit community in itself is very tight-knit, and I think if you respect the place in which you work out and you value what it's offering towards your life and your intentions are in the right place, then absolutely not. I mean, it's all about intentions, and if you intend to cheat on your partner, you could be surrounded by temptation all day, and if your intentions are not to cheat, then you will never have that feeling. I mean, chemistry is always going to be there, no matter what. Science is science. However, again, if you're truly dedicated and devoted to your partner, then it doesn't matter what environment you're in. You'll never cheat.
Is it appropriate, though, to contact each other outside of your CrossFit classes?
I think 100% absolutely it is, as long as, like you said, you're including your partner. If there's transparency there, if your partner knows who you're with, where you're at, how long you're being there, and the number one thing is they're invited, then there's absolutely no problem with it. But if they're not invited, they're not included, they're excluded, of course they're going to feel, like there's something else going on.
Yeah, Megan, what were you saying?
I mean, I think the big thing you're saying is intentions, and intentions are great, but that's not always reality. Like, reality is so much harder than just black and white. And I feel like everybody keeps talking about this topic and, like, black and whites. And I'm like, yeah, but it's harder than that. Like, some men cheat. Yeah, you're right. But aren't we always suspicious when people follow the same kind of sketchy patterns to get there? Like, a few hairs on the back of your neck are raised. And I feel like this is one of those situations.
But CrossFit's a thing where it's about your peers, and it's about encouraging each other through and keeping each other accountable. That's a part of that workout. So in a group setting, I don't see a problem with that. And if, they're messaging each other, like you said, as long as you're not hiding messages from your wife and being suspicious, that's a case-by-case basis. It's not a blanket statement thing.
By the way, it's the CrossFit community. They're a cult. It's a CrossFit cult's probably a little bit more like it. But all right, you can comment on this. You can tell us what you think. Go to our Mojo in the Morning Facebook fan page. We're bringing this to Facebook now.